let's set up a system of equations that will go along with this. And I know it's a system of equations, not just because that's what the activity is, but because we have two different things happening here. We have a paint factory with an old conveyor and then another conveyor. So we have two conveyors. We're going to make two equations, one for each conveyor. So we have the old conveyor, and then we have another conveyor. I'm going to call it the new conveyor. Alright, so we're going to read through this and just set up a system of equations and go from there. In a paint factory, an old conveyor line has filled 10 barrels of paint. So far we're dealing with barrels of paint and it's filling more at a rate of 8 barrels per hour. So we have barrels of paint and we have hours. So let's stop right here and define some variables. We have a x and we have a y, and we're going to let x be, let's see, is it going to be hours or is it going to be barrels? Well, since barrels depends on hours, barrels is the dependent variable, therefore barrels is y. So this is going to be the number of barrels. That is not hashtag. And x is going to be the number of hours. I abbreviated that a little bit. So the old conveyor belt is y equals, let's see, it had 10 barrels of paint. It had just 10 of them. And it's filling more, so there's more to come. So we're going to add at a rate of 8 barrels per hour. This is actually a linear equation. It's y equals, it's a little backwards, but mx plus b, because the b is positive. So the other conveyor, we'll call it the new conveyor, worker just turned on another conveyor that can fill 10 barrels per hour. Now that's not to be confused with the way this was set up, because the number of barrels that it will produce, or will fill up, is 10 per hour. Again, don't confuse it with the way this one is set up here. And 2 barrels have already been filled. In a little while, the two lines will have filled an equal number of barrels, so we're going to solve this system of equations, and when we do, we'll know how many hours it took to fill the same amount of barrels, and we'll write the answer as a coordinate, x and then y, which would be number of hours and the number of barrels.